One of the best songs in the world is Pretty Green Eyes, and he started showing fried chicken and fries or something.
Welcome along to Fried Chicken Fries, the random topic selector podcast. We are back after a bit of a hiatus, for which we truly apologise. I am Richard Easterbrook, and as ever, I'm joined today by Matthew Keeling. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
It has been quite the gap.
I know, yeah. It's been like, what, 6 weeks? 5 weeks?
It's getting on for 2 months.
Wow.
Our last episode was April the 11th.
Wow.
Which was put out a week after our jaunt at the Pit Pony gig.
Oh, yeah.
Well, last episode.
We left it at that.
We left it at that, yeah,
Goodness
on a cliffhanger. People trying to guess who the celebrity we saw in McDonald's.
Yeah, oh, good. Well, yes. Yeah. We could. Yeah, we've been. That's why we've been away. We've been threatened by. We've had a cease and desist.
About to contact our attorney.
Trevor McDonald's. Shit! Fuck!
Yeah. Like I did see the Phantom, the Phantom Celebrity, some time ago.
I've seen them since as well.
Yeah. Yeah, can't look at them in the same light again, unfortunately. But yeah, we've been.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shaking their hand.
No, God, no. We keep meaning to do an episode, but we just ran out of time. Matt kept going to like Belfast.
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah. Like how many times you've been to Belfast since we last recorded the podcast?
Well, I've been to Ireland twice.
Yeah.
But I went to Dublin. Flew to Dublin.
I thought you flew via Belfast.
Yeah, I did. I went to Belfast last week.
Yeah.
I've been, and then I'd flown via Dublin to Wembley the week prior. But I was aware it's something like in the last 12 months and a bit, I've been in and out of Ireland something like 19 times.
Yeah, this is
like in the 80s. That's the sort of thing that would have been like.
Yeah, that's going to flag something, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You
know, if I like watch that border patrol show on Sky Showcase, and they're like, we're in Australia, and it's like you've been in the country 6 times in the last month.
Yeah, and it's no secret that I like it. I like the Irish part of Belfast. So yeah, but I mean, I just go for the Guinness and the. Yeah, what's in the bag?
Well, the idea was that we were going to do a big showpiece episode based around our travails on the coast to coast bike ride. It just never happened, did it? Like the bike ride happened.
Bike ride did happen. We raised quite a lot of money for 2 charities. I think, about £1,300.
Oh, you've raised a lot more than me. I think I've raised about 600, but I'm still doing fundraising for.
Well, yeah, you've got your Great North Run thing, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it was just difficult to like find moments to record. Basically, if we'd done it, it would have been a bit on the train at the beginning.
Yeah,
and it would have been something half-arsed on the night because we were knackered,
and I was drunk really quickly.
Yeah, and we kind of weren't together that much.
No.
Because of the nature of the ride. It's hard to ride. Everyone thinks cycling's this like really social, but it isn't. Yeah,
that's the one thing. Because, well, first things first, we both completed it inside the 2 days that we'd set for it. Three
of the 4 people who did finish it.
Yeah, Fergie didn't make it.
But we won't go too much into that. But he
not dead.
He's not. No, he's made it sound like he died. He isn't. He's absolutely fine. He was just a bit underprepared for it, I think.
Yeah. So the main thing that I didn't consider was that there'd be quite a lot of time where we'd kind of all have been on our own at certain points.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know if I'd just kind of been a bit naive about it, but I thought, we're all going to be doing this big jaunt together. And it did kind of work that way for the first few couple of hours. Like you and your dad would go ahead, and then me and then Fergie would then eventually catch up with you. But when we lost Ferg, when Fergie pulled out, it was you and your dad, then me a little bit further back. And I wasn't like significantly further back, but it was enough for like when you two were stopping for a quick break that I was coming in at the tail end of your break.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I got to the stage on the second day where Hexham, well, the stop for lunch at Hexham was you two were getting ready to go as I
We're leaving. Yeah.
I was like, hi.
And then you caught up again because I got a puncture.
Yeah. That was. I mean, the first day was a lot of soul searching for me.
A lot of swearing.
There was no mechanical issues, which was good, and there was no like kind of physical issues. It was just like the hills.
It is mentally. It's mentally very. The physical side, I've done it a few times, and I thought this route actually was the hardest route I've done. And it's physically very tough, but the mental side of it is very, because it's like almost like a never-ending frustration that you know that you get up a bank, a hill, and you're like, well, going down the other side, I know that I'm just gonna have to go back up this again.
Yeah, the worst thing about the Cumbrian hills was it was like they were all stacked against each other.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you came up one hill and you went down exactly the same amount of hill.
Yeah.
So you were like going up, I don't know how many meters or feet it was, but you'd say, for instance, you'd go up a 500-foot hill.
Yeah.
Is that quite big? No, that's about right. It's fairly standard.
Well, Hardside's 1,800 feet in it. So
Okay. So you go up a hill, then you think, oh, well, I'm coming down this on the way back. But you know you'd come down for like half of that.
Yeah.
And then you'd be hit by another, what looked like a cliff face. Like psychologically.
Like some of them are genuinely horrendous. And it's like once you get through like sort of where sort of Penrith is, although we did go through Penrith as such, but excuse me, when you get sort of to that area, you can see Hartside, and it's just like looming in the back. It's a terrible thing.
It's like a big kind of like Table Mountain. It's like a big shelf.
Yeah, it's awful.
And I'm sure I've driven alongside it for a bit. Like when I've been visiting friends I've got friends who live in Settle. And I'm sure I've always thought it's quite formidable. It's quite, there's no getting around it. You've got to go over it.
Yeah, you can't go around it, and it's like it's one of those things because it's like the views are incredible, but it's such a bleak place. Like, it was nice when we did it because it was sunny, but I've been up there before when it's been like overcast, and it's so awful. Like, it's so like all of the natural beauty goes with any sun. Like, as soon as the sun goes, it's just an incredibly bleak place to be.
There was a moment where I thought I'm going to be found here.
Well, yeah, we'd gone ahead to the hotel, and I ordered you a lasagna thinking he's not going to probably get this.
Yeah.
But he did. So.
I did. I feel I should.
I was annoyed. I wanted it, actually. So.
Yeah. I feel I should reveal what exactly happened on that day, because
this is the first time you're going to reveal.
Yeah, this is a big test of how many of our friends actually listen to this podcast. Because I've not told any of them either.
No, there's only I know this.
Yeah, and
I would just like to point out at this point that I didn't do this. I was way ahead of.
Yeah. So I'd gone on accidentally taking the off-road coast-to-coast route, for a portion of Hartside Pass, which was a big mistake. If anyone's ever done that before, it's not for beginners on a gravel bike like I was. I don't think it's for anyone, really.
If I'd been with you, I would have told you not to do this.
Do not do that. And what it basically was like, it was lots of loose stones up a cliff edge.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And whereas like going up Hartside, you've got like switchbacks It's a bit like a kind of classic Italian hill. You've got loads of switchbacks and you go up a little bit, turn around, up a little bit more. Instead, this was like straight up.
Yeah.
So probably a lot less distance, but I think I stayed on that for about a mile, and it was the slowest mile I've ever done. Couldn't ride most of it. I thought genuinely that's it. That's for me. I was trying to find what 3 words on my phone just to check in and say that if I don't make it, this is probably where I'll be. So yeah, it was a pretty low point, really. Then I got on the actual Hardside Pass. At this stage, you texted and said, "Almost at the top now."
Well,
That
we
boosted me a bit because I thought this little shortcut I've taken has probably shaved a shitload of distance off. It hadn't. It hadn't. And I thought I was near the top, and I was not. Because what I thought was the top was basically the junction that said go right to Penrith.
Oh, that's so far from the top.
Yeah, it's pretty much the bottom. But I thought this was it because I could see cars coming down.
Yeah,
they were coming down the road to Penrith, basically. So I'd kind of lost it at that stage. I think you were probably near the top and just about to start the how many mile descent? 4 mile descent?
It's something like 6 miles, and I think I did it in about 9 minutes. Yeah, it was amazing.
So you started the descent in Alston, which we were staying in Alston for the night, and time was cracking on, and also we were losing the light, and I could see the light, and I knew
I think we got for reference. I think we got to the hotel at about 7:20.
I think I made it there an hour later.
Yeah, which was quicker than yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So I'm going very, very slowly. People could have walked past quicker. I'm going that slow. I'm on the smallest gear possible, or biggest gear possible. Biggest? Yeah. It's on the biggest gear possible. And I just stopped, and I was slumped on my bike, and someone pulled up alongside and said, "Have you got a puncture?" I was like, "No, I'm just knackered. I'm done." And he said, "Do you want a lift?" And I said, "Yes." So he gave us a lift, but he couldn't. He had a little Golf GTI thing, and there wasn't really that much room in the boot for my bike.
No.
But he kind of threw stuff out of the way, like including like a car seat and loads of stuff. Now the child, get out of the way. And then he just said, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the boot open. So you're all right just to hold your bike while I drive." Oh. And he drove really quick. So I'm like clinging on to the handle, but also clinging onto my bike. So I'm sat like almost in like the crucifix pose.
And how did the accident happen, Mr. Easterbrook?
I can't lose my bike at this stage.
It's brand new.
Brand new. And yeah, I said, "Can you at least take us to the top?" And he was like, "Well, there's no point doing that. You may as well. Now you're here. We may as well just go all the way to where you need to be." And he pulled up outside. Oh yeah, that'd been great. Pulled up outside the hotel, and I just jumped out and.
Yeah, you did, because at this point.
But that was a good decision.
Yeah, but because my dad was like, "Oh, we were ordering some food," and I was like, "We should order him something." We were knackered because we'd ridden up Hardside Pass, and I
was still knackered.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, and I was like, "Oh well," his location. I was like, "Oh, he's at the top of Hardside Pass," and I was like, "Oh, so he's probably going to be." I don't know, whatever. He'll probably have a drink at the top or whatever, and then so say he's going to be 40 minutes. About 8 minutes later, he walks through the door. And then I thought nothing of it. I thought, oh, maybe his location had froze or something, or his phone had died or whatever. And then yeah, you revealed this over our meal while I was watching the charts and swearing about Hardside Pass.
The best pint of cider that I've ever had.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't think I'll ever have it any better.
Fairly standard type of cider, really, isn't it?
I was raving over it.
I know, yeah. And then I got one. It was nice.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was either. Maybe it doesn't exist. But had I not done that, and I'd have still been up there now.
Yeah, well, I
And like,
think you might have died. Yeah,
I think I
I
might
don't
have,
blame you for doing it, mind. I have to say,
because there was a stage in Lazenby,
yeah,
which I
I
think
left my
was.
goggles there, and I'm fuming about that.
Hmm, well, that was a stage where it all went a little bit south for me because I just think everything got on top of us. And I knew at that point it would be really tall order, like literally tall order, because you could see Hartside Pass, and I knew it would be very difficult to get up and over that in the time that we had. You had to go ahead
Yeah,
because the hotel wasn't gonna, like, the check-in wasn't gonna stay open, the kitchen wasn't gonna be open all night.
well, it was like a, it's not like traveling checking into a Premier Inn. There's no like 24-hour day. I mean, I dare say we would have got in, but there would have been no food. And the Alston's not the sort of place where you can just rock out and get a pizza at 11 o'clock at night. It's not really, you'd have ended
Yeah.
up with something terrible.
Mm.
So
So I could have binned it at Lazenby, but and I'd have really annoyed myself by doing that.
yeah, well,
So
that was your last chance to bin it, wasn't it?
the option was to pull out completely. Well, there were three options: pull out completely, get over Hardside Pass with help, or get over Hardside Pass with my own pedal power. Option three was never going to happen. I don't think. I was
No.
cramping up every time I pushed the pedal, like it was knacking.
Oh, I had
So,
horrendous cramp when I got to the top. Like at the
mm,
point where once I got to the top of there, I couldn't even pedal down the hill without having cramp. It was horrendous.
yeah, but that hotel was great, and the good night's
Yeah,
sleep,
really good.
really good night's sleep in a huge bed, uh, change of clothes, loads of water. I prepped better for day two than I did for day one,
Yeah, it was the
and
Alton House Hotel. If anyone's ever,
yeah,
it was very
fully
good.
recommend it. I can't remember the name of the people who run it, but it's a couple, isn't it?
Yeah, they're really nice.
Um, we started day two, and I'd kind of made peace with the fact that this was going to be more of a solo ride, and I enjoyed
Yeah,
it all. I enjoyed it loads more because of that. I had my earphone in, so I was listening to a bit of music. Massive climb for the first couple of miles, and then
it's beautiful though that climb.
there's this huge downhill that seemed to go on for forever, and then some more annoying climbing, but then down into Hexham, and that was it. Hexham was pretty much the last place where we'd be doing lots of climbing.
Yeah, it's like weirdly like the whole thing sort of once you get to Newcastle, it stops being enjoyable and just becomes a bit of a chore.
Yeah, because you'd gone. I'm sorry for boring anyone with this cycle chat, but I mean we're going to bore you with some more wheel chat soon if we get a chance to spin the wheel. Might do, never
I'd
know.
get a sort of single spin.
Yeah, make it one spin. Yeah, you went through the Tyne pedestrian tunnel, and I'd calculated that
Yeah,
would
it's
add more
shit.
distance, even though I wanted to do it because it's quite a novelty, and the lift's working now, which it wasn't before. Well, they are
Yeah,
great.
but it just takes forever, and it's like,
So, yeah, I looked at my map and I thought I'm going to cut this out. So I ended up taking a route through like Follingsby.
it's beautiful there.
It was lovely this time of year.
Yes.
Went past Amazon
Yeah.
and then into Sunderland that way. And I think that your dad finished first because you had a mechanical problem.
Well, I was coming up a hill before Bolden, not even so much of a hill really, like an incline, and my shoes, the cleat had come almost snapped off. So I was like, shit. And I managed to get it back on, but I was like, the next time I have to clip out, it's not going to go back in. So I
Mm.
managed to get like most of the way back without having to unclip at all. But I got to a roundabout in like Seaburn, past the academy. Sorry, not around. Yeah, it was a roundabout. It doesn't matter. But like,
I know what you mean.
and I couldn't, and there was too much, and I had to get out. And I was getting cramp in the bottom of my foot so I had to unclip, and it just couldn't, and it would not go back in. So I was like, I'm gonna have to put. I had like Novesta plimsolls on in my bag, so I'm just gonna have to pedal with these on. But obviously, if you've got tiny pedals because you've got cycling shoes, you just cannot pedal in normal shoes. So
No.
I just said to my dad, "You go ahead and finish." And I wasn't. I mean, it was probably 10 minutes, but I was like, "Don't, you can't pedal with me because you'll just look ridiculous."
I
So
think I think the timing wise, I think I was something like 50 minutes after you.
yeah, I'd gone home and I'd had a pizza and gone home.
You had a nap.
Yeah, and I went out to watch the match.
Well, I would have caught the start of the match because Sunderland were playing in the playoffs, the first playoff against Coventry City. That was our natural target to get back for. And yeah, I instead of staying out, I was going to stay out for a pizza, for a beer, and then the match. But I just wanted to go home. I was dead. I was a husk.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the match. I fell asleep.
You didn't see any of it.
Nah, saw the highlights the next day. I saw the goal alerts coming through, but then I just dozed off, and that was it. Yeah, but then we didn't have a chance really to do a pod after that because Sunderland were involved in playoffs, and then it was kind of like that Friday was the first day of 15 days that will live long in the memory of being a Sunderland fan. I don't think we were going to break off at any point to do a random selection of topics. But that's out of the way now because we've won.
Yeah. So now the wheel's back.
So the wheel's back, and hopefully this is the start of the second series.
Yeah, but yeah. Have I got
We're almost a year old as well.
I know, exciting.
So our last episode was in April. This is episode 33. Thank you if you've stuck with us so far.
Thanks for thank you for your donations as well.
Yes.
It was very well received by lots of Korean sausage dogs.
And
2 of which are sat directly next to me now.
Yes. We got any plans to get any more?
No.
Probably for the best. Right, well, 22 minutes in. Do you want to spin the wheel?
Yeah, go on, we'll have a spin.
The thing about this is we've not put any new topics on.
No, I can't remember what's on the wheel.
So I can't remember either. So it could be anything. I think there might still be a good deal of Jeopardy on there as well.
Hope so.
So let's see. Spin it. We're spinning now. 22 minutes in, we're spinning. McDonald's.
Oh, well. Right.
Which is quite poetic in a way because our last episode, we left you in the car park of McDonald's.
Yeah. I like a McDonald's, like, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I think for me now it sits on its own as being the best takeaway. Best fast food.
Yeah, it's the most consistent, isn't it?
Yeah. Like that's over years as well. Your double cheeseburger. That's been going for about 25 years now, the double cheeseburger.
Perfect. The double cheeseburger is perfect.
Yeah. It's the perfect burger.
Yeah, it is.
When you see burgers like, because smash burgers are like fashionable now, I think a lot of people just try to make burgers as elaborate as possible, and the whole point of them is that they're meant to be like a portable snack, not a portable meal.
You just eat it.
You can eat while on the move or at a match or on the beach or something. But you can't. These burgers that you get now in these restaurants, you can't eat them because they're like,
oh well, I want no part
slathered in sauce.
Nah.
And you put like onion rings and hash browns in them, and
no, it's shit. I don't want any
ridiculous.
Of that nonsense in it.
But a McDonald's double cheeseburger is the perfect balance.
I kind of never really. I don't go that often, to be honest.
No, we don't.
But I do go occasionally, and I do enjoy. I enjoy a big tasty if they're on. And I don't like the chicken things though.
I like the nuggets.
No, I don't really like them.
Saying that actually,
Dogs like them. The pet dogs like them.
Lived on McDonald's when we went down to Wembley.
I had a burger.
I had quite a lot. It was bad, but the nuggets I had from Skelton Lake Services were awful.
Yeah. What McDonald's did you have? What orders did you have?
It's a pretty bad one.
Oh dear.
I don't. I couldn't be. Well, most of the time when I was driving, it's difficult to get the fries.
Yeah.
I find them annoying when I'm driving because you're like repeatedly, and you can't really hold them in your hand while
Yeah, whereas if you just got a burger.
driving. Yeah, I got a, I got a double cheeseburger.
Mhm.
I got a chicken mayo or mayo chicken.
I don't know.
They're nice, but I also got 6 nuggets as well.
Right, yeah.
It's quite a big order.
Well, I mean, I'd scan that after a few pints.
Mm. I wasn't drinking
Oh,
though.
yeah, because you drive, right, yeah. Right, yeah.
So, but it was a lovely combo, but quite expensive. Like pushing £9 for that.
Fuck, jeez.
Yeah, it's the nuggets that do it.
Yeah.
The nuggets are £4.99 for 6.
Do the service station McDonald's still have the same? Are they the same price?
Yeah,
That's quite good because
yeah.
Burger King's just ruinously expensive.
No point getting a Burger King. Like just way too
Well,
expensive.
oh, I
I think
like
Greg's are a little more pricey as well.
I like a Whopper though.
Yeah, no, they're nice. But I know we did KFC a while back, and I was kind of singing their praises, but they've gone in the classic words of a Chinese that's changed ownership down the road. They've gone downhill now.
Yeah.
KFC. They always seem to get things wrong as well. Like just miss things out randomly,
Yeah,
like an
yeah,
entire order.
yeah. Well, where's sorry. Well, no, I like a McDonald's after like if the time I'd mainly get one is if I've had a few pints and I'll just walk up after the pub and get a cheeseburger or something or a Big Mac. Quite like them. I don't mind the breakfasts. I
Yeah,
hate
they're good.
Rizable company.
Who, McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I tend to kind of ignore that. It's the same as going into Weatherspoons. You're like,
Yeah.
I can separate the artist.
Yeah. This bloke is a cunt, but I can get a Guinness for £2.65.
You can't really argue with that. When McDonald's, you can get like a decent amount of food for less than a fiver, which I think is good.
Well, you could get, yeah, you could do two double cheeseburgers for that.
Yeah, and
Like,
have 80 pence spare for something or other.
up your bum or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, it'll be 60 pence because they're £2.19 now. Double cheeseburger.
Pistachios. Something.
Yeah, yeah. They don't do them there.
While I'm on, and we've talked about pistachios, I think. Why I have a problem with the gentrification of pistachios.
Right. Okay.
I love pistachio nuts, right?
Yeah.
And
Me
now
too.
it's impossible to enjoy them without looking like one of these people who wants like Dubai chocolate.
Oh well, that's awful. That.
Yeah, I know, but like pistachios now just in everything. Like they've become the pulled pork of like the
Mm.
sweet world. I just
The-
want to have the simple pleasure of having some pistachios is that because they're more expensive now because everyone but like the simple pleasure of sitting and indulging in a few pistachio nuts. Now for me the fun's gone away. So I'm sick of them. They've been the gentrification of pistachios is just terrible.
well, they'd already been ruined for me. Like some time ago. I used to get them from Lidl.
Oh yeah,
And
but they're disgusting. People put the
well,
hands in them and
yeah,
clean up the
yeah. But
bottom.
I'd go in there. Yeah, exactly. I'd go in there with a scoop, like a good
But
man.
Gary was there.
I'd go in with a scoop and I'd fill me little bag, and then take them to the till, and that'd be great. But then I just watched this man, like a filthy man, just filling his bag with his hand. Like the scoop's there, mate.
I know it's foul.
And now once I'd seen that, I could have known that in the back of my mind, but never seeing it is fine. It's like going to a rubbish takeaway. As long
Yeah, it's
what you
bad.
don't
Yeah,
see won't kill you, but now I'd seen it. It's like, oh, you've ruined.
yeah. Now I've seen
ruined
the
pistachios
mouse on the counter. Like that's
yeah, I can't go there now. So that kind of ruined a quite healthy. No, it was. I don't think it was quite a healthy
I
obsession.
don't think they're particularly healthy, but they're very delicious.
They are delicious.
But now
especially when-
everything's like pistachio cream or pistachio. You can't have ice cream now without having pistachio ice cream. I don't. I love pistachios, but I don't want them in everything.
yeah, that's a very good point. They've gone a bit like salted caramel has.
Yeah, which just
That's in everything as well.
it needs to stop because it's spoiling it for me.
Like sriracha mayonnaise.
Well, that's just not even very nice. That.
I got a spicy mayonnaise the other day, and it's just too spicy. Ruins everything.
Like, I like sriracha, but that's another thing. Yeah, you're right. Like, oh, it's got sriracha on it. Why has it? Why does it have that? Why do these sandwiches have mayonnaise and
Yeah, peppered mayonnaise at that.
what? Like, if you get a chicken and stuffing sandwich, it's got mayonnaise in it. Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
regularly would have mayonnaise in my chicken and stuffing sandwiches. Stuffing and mayonnaise.
Yeah, I complained to Greg's about that,
I think.
They used to do their like the half study that they now do with like cheese savory and tuna.
Oh yeah.
That's the only two flavors they did. They did chicken and stuff. And I got one thinking it was going to be delicious, but there was mayo in there, and it was like, why would you? It was disgusting. I couldn't eat it, so I complained to them, and they sent us. I think they sent us a voucher and said if you ask behind the counter, they'll make it without mayonnaise. Like, all right then. So I went in. No, they wouldn't do it. Like you've made a very expensive enemy out of me.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then I
Still going out though.
That was the last time you went, yeah.
yeah. I'm still there. I am on a diet at the moment, so I haven't been that much. Like ever since Wembley, I basically went on a diet and I've not had anything.
Oh well, I went to Belfast.
Bad.
A car crash of a couple of weeks for me.
I think I'm out the other side of it now. Like May was quite mad.
Yeah, I just written May off really.
But now we're back. We're so back. So I think that's the only spin we can have. That's going to be a great episode title.
McDonald's.
No,
well, Martin will be happy because it was about 35 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Bang within his recommended.
Oh, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, we're going to be back with more stuff. If you want to suggest some things for the wheel,
yeah, actually, would you?
Please do. Yeah, because I think there is a lot of jeopardy and there's a load of deadwood on there as well.
We need to put Brian and Roger on the wheel.
Yes, finally finished that last week.
Fuck.
It's a shame. So if you're stuck for something to listen after this, I'd kind of hope you weren't like hanging on this episode being like your next fix because you've been waiting a while.
Yeah. Oh, great! They're back. I was just talking about
bikes, burgers. Well, we haven't changed.
No, we haven't.
So yeah, we'll be back next week with well, we don't know. So suggest some things. Drop us a line on our social media, which we'll have to find the password for and dust everything off. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Thanks very much for listening.